Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the channel. And boy, I know this video is probably gonna stir up some shit, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. So tune kits and mods and all that stuff that people do to Weirauchs and tell you that you have to do as soon as you buy the Weirauch, and you gotta take your gun apart and take all the factory grease out and put a new spring in and put a new tune kit in, and you gotta do all this crap and everything when you bought your brand new Weirauch. Now this doesn't pertain to, and I'm not talking about budget-friendly air rifles, because there's budget-friendly air rifles that need all the help they can get, and that's for damn sure. But this is pertaining to air rifles like Weirauchs, Air Arms, Dianas, the higher-end stuff that are made in Germany, that are made extremely well, and shoot amazing out of the box. So since I've been doing air rifle videos, I've been getting comments from the, I don't know if you want to call them trolls, or the so-called air rifle experts, or the air rifle gurus, or whoever the hell they are. But every time I tend to do a review on a Weirauch or my Air Arms, or a gun of that nature, it's pretty much the Weirauchs and the Air Arms, because that's pretty much what I have, or the Beemans. The first thing I get in a lot of the comments is, I need to put a tune kit in it. Now, I'm going to give you some reasons why you don't need to do that, and shouldn't do that, especially when you first buy it. Okay, now the first thing I want to say is that Weirauch has been making air rifles for 125 years, and they've been making air rifles that have been winning competitions for just about as long. So I'm pretty sure that Weirauch knows how to make a really good air rifle, and when you get it out of the box, it's pretty good to go. Now, I'm not also saying that doing tune kits and doing your mods and everything is a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. So pump the brakes before you start punching on your little keyboard and freaking the hell out and making your little fingers bloody to type me all the hate. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to do your tune kits and mod your air rifle to get the best precision out of it that you can possibly get, especially you guys over there in the UK that shoot a lot of field target and do competitions and things. But the biggest thing that I've learned about a lot of you guys are tinkerers. You like to tinker with shit. You like to tinker with your air guns, and there's nothing wrong with that. But going around and telling every new guy out there that the first thing he's got to do when he spends $700 on a Weirauch HW77K is that he's got to take it apart and dang spend another couple $100 doing changing the grease and putting a new spring in and doing a whole tune kit and putting it back together before he can ever shoot it, is complete and utter bullshit. Hands down bullshit. All right? And I'm just going to call it like it is. I'm not saying that tune kits are bad. I'm not saying that tuning your air rifle is a bad thing. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it is not necessary to do, especially for the average shooter guy that just wants to buy a nice air rifle, take it out in his backyard, and plink away, shoot targets, and shoot some small game, or get rid of some pests. He doesn't need to do all that crap. It's not necessary. These guns shoot amazing out of the box, and if you have watched any of my videos, you can see the accuracy I get out of the box. Go back, watch all my videos, and maybe I'll show some clips in this of me shooting them and stuff, putting up some clips of me shooting and showing the accuracy that these guns can get out of the box. I don't do anything to them. I get them out of the box. I make sure the stock screws are tightened up. I start shooting them, and every once in a blue moon, I'll run a bore snake through it, and that's it. That's all I do. That's all I do, and it's all I've been doing for years and stuff. And the biggest thing I'll tell you, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Now, the number one main reason that you don't need to do all that stuff to your air rifle when you bought it brand new is there's a warranty that comes with these air rifles, all right? And I think the warranty for Weirauch's like a year and stuff or something. And I think if you buy it through Airguns of Arizona, you get a lifetime warranty, if I remember. Maybe Weirauch's lifetime, but I know you get a lifetime membership through Airguns of Arizona. But there's a warranty that comes with it. And if you take this thing apart and do a bunch of stuff to it when you first bought it, guess what? You just voided your warranty. So if there is an actual manufacturer issue that was with the gun when it was manufactured, guess what? You can't get it fixed. You can't get it replaced because you just changed it, and they're not going to honor the warranty. So that voids it right out the gate. So why would you do that when you just spent $700 or whatever you spent on your Weirauch or your Air Arms? You wouldn't. That's ridiculous to me to tell people to do that. Number two, it's unnecessary for the average guy that's shooting an air rifle. Unless you're a competition shooter that's going out there and competing for big dollars and stuff, and you're trying to tune it to the perfection and get the most out of it and everything you can, then okay, I get it. That's why you're doing it. But the average guy, he doesn't need to do that. So stop telling every guy that gets a Weirauch or gets in their arms that he's got to put a tune kit in it, he's got to change the spring, he's got to change the grease because the grease they come with is horrible and terrible. It's a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of BS. I've been shooting these things for years. Zero issues. Zero issues. Yeah, every now and then you might get something that had a manufacturer issue, but it very rarely happens with the Weirauchs. And it just blows my mind that you guys are out here telling everybody they got to get a tune kit. I just talked to a guy, literally been chatting with this guy for a couple days, and he's been looking at the Weirauchs and talking to people, and everybody's telling him the first thing you got to do when you get it is take it apart and put a tune kit in it. You got to change the spring, you got to clean the grease out, you know? And that's crazy. And the second reason that you don't need to do it is, number one, if you don't know how to do it properly, you could totally screw your gun up. Because there's springs and shit inside here, including the main spring that runs there. And if there's any pressure on those springs, it really sucks if you pull apart a gun and there's a spring that you didn't know was in a certain spot and all of a sudden goes, pew, clear across your shop or across your floor, and you can never find it again. Because guess what? Now your $700 air rifle doesn't work. And there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to work on their guns. They don't know how to take these apart, nor do they want to take them apart. They just want to buy them and shoot them. That's all they want to do. They want to buy a nice, solid, high-end gun and go out and shoot it. You don't go buy a brand new car and then pull the motor and tear it apart and then build it into a new motor, do you? When you go buy your car, you didn't go buy the car that you drive every day, take it home, and then take the motor apart and rebuild it, did you? So why would you do that to a brand new air rifle? It makes no sense to me. You know, I think you should shoot it and see how it's shooting first, and then go from there. But again, the Weirauchs don't need it. I've been shooting this gun for years, and I've never had to do anything to it. It just blows my mind. Again, why you guys are freaking out and your heads are exploding right now because I'm telling you, you don't need to do this. I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing. If you guys want to go tune your stupid guns and you want to freaking go put new springs in it, change the grease, and do all that tinkering crap that a lot of you guys like to do, hey, more power to you, you know. And if that's the way you like it and you want to do it and you like to tinker with it, hey man, that's awesome. There's a lot of guys in the air gun community that love to tinker with the air rifles. But stop telling everybody that that's what they have to do when they buy it, that the gun isn't any good until you do that. That's ridiculous. You know, some of you guys don't like the boink or the honk that an air rifle makes. I get a lot of guys that come out, you need to put a tune kit in it, it'll make you quit doing that. Well, guess what I learned? These guns settle down on their own over time. You know, just go shoot it. That's all you got to do. The gun will settle in itself. And it'll dial itself in, and it'll settle itself in, and it'll shoot like it's supposed to shoot. I mean, these things, when I do these videos with these guns, I pull these things out of the box, fresh out of the box, nothing to them, check the stock screws, and with the open sights, I go shooting. And if you go watch my videos, you can see I put the targets out 30 yards and sling pellets, 25, 30 yards and sling pellets right out the box and show you how well they shoot out of the box, not even cleaning the barrel, not doing nothing. Just shooting it. I see a lot of guys that are like, the first thing I did was clean the barrel. All right, you know, because people are like, oh, it diesels and it does this because it's got some packing grease in it. Just shoot it. It'll burn it off. You know, it'll burn it off. And if it's not doing what you want to do, then clean it. I mean, you know, you don't. It's so ridiculous to me. Yeah, they put some extra grease in it because it's being packed and shipped and stuff. But all that stuff burns off. It all burns off. You want to go out and have fun and just enjoy shooting. And I'm watching the birds are going crazy. But it just blows my mind that all you guys are like, tune kit, tune kit, tune kit. You got to change the spring. You got to replace the grease and blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of crap, man. Stop telling people that stuff, you know. I'm not saying that it doesn't help the performance of the gun. That is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you guys doing your tune kits doesn't help the performance and settle the gun down or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not necessary, okay? It's not a necessary thing that you have to do, dang mosquitoes, when you buy a brand new Weirauch or an Air Arms or a Diana for that matter. You know, if you're buying the high-end Dianas, they shoot fine right out of the box. So stop telling everybody that the first thing you got to do is put a tune kit in it. How about you say, you know, well, I like putting tune kits in mine because I just like the way it settles the gun down and I feel it gives it a little more performance and accuracy. That would be fine. But you guys go crazy and you like get demanding and you guys start crunching on your keyboard saying, you have to do this, you have to do that. Well, no, you don't. You don't. Most people like me just want to get out and they want a good solid air rifle that we can shoot some targets with and then I can take out some small game with. And this thing is awesome. And to show you that, I'm going to show you a video of me shooting 45 yards real quick so you guys can see it and see how accurate it is. So here's the video that I just shot with this, not 45 yards, sorry, at 40 yards. I was shooting at 40 yards. And here's the video in the group I got at 40 yards. And I'm an old ass that has all kinds of injuries and shakes like freaking crazy when I'm trying to shoot. And I can shoot this thing that's accurate at 40 yards. So yeah, this is just going to prove my point. So here's that video. All right, let's see what we can do. 40 yards. Likes to throw one high and left for some reason. I don't know why. All right, let's go get that. All right, so there you go. There's that video. That shows you how accurate that was. And this is the shot group I got with that video. Boom, right there. You know, that's 40 yards. It's an inch group, just a little over inch group. And if you guys saw when I had the coin on it, I mean, 4 out of 5 are under an inch. And the one, I pulled the shot a little bit, you know, because that happens. Anybody that shoots air rifles know that every now and then you might shank one. You know, not the gun's fault, but look, you guys can see right there, all 4 of those covered up. And when you slide it over a little bit right here, I'm still in just a little over an inch group at 40 yards for my old ass with this gun. So there's no need to do anything with this. The thing is viable to do all kinds of stuff. You can compete with it, you can hunt with it, you can do everything with it. I mean, I've got videos that I've shot where I'm shooting this thing at 60 yards and hitting a 4-inch steel target at 60 yards all day long with it and stuff. And I'm not sure if that's out yet, if it's come out yet, but it probably already has come out by the time you see this video. So you can go back and watch that video. I'm just saying that this whole pressure of tune kits and all you guys elitist air rifle people out there telling people they need a tune kit, they don't need one for a gun like this. This Weirauch HW77K shoots great right out of the box. Right out of the box. And for me, when I'm hunting, I'm only hunting small game, and I'm usually, you know, for me, it's like 30 yards or less, you know. And if you can't get within 30 yards of a freaking rabbit or a squirrel or a bird to shoot it, then you suck as a hunter. You know, I'm just going to put it out there. You suck as a hunter. So, and again, I'm not saying that tune kits are bad. I'm not saying that that's a thing and stuff. If you want to put them in there, put it in there. But one thing I will say is that wait until your factory warranty runs out before you do all that shit. That way you don't void your warranty. That way if you do end up having a factory issue with the gun, you can get it taken care of by the factory so it doesn't cost you any money. I mean, that's common sense. Like, people that buy brand new cars and then modify them, they void their warranty as soon as they do it. I never do that. Never do that. I don't do shit to my vehicle when it comes to anything like that until after the warranty's gone. Then I'll do shit like I'd put bigger tires on it and do all kinds of crap to it. But as long as I got a warranty, I'm not voiding that warranty because I like being able to take my freaking truck to the shop and just have them fix it and not charge me for it because it's a factory thing. You know, same thing with these. Why do you want to void your warranty when they have a great warranty on these guns when you don't have to? You know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. But you know, what do I know? I'm just a guy that likes to shoot. I'm not some expert. I'm just saying, I think all you guys out there that keep telling everybody they need to put a tune kit in a brand new Weirauch. I had one guy that told me every Weirauch he buys, as soon as he gets it, he takes it apart, he cleans all the grease out, puts new grease in it, puts a new spring in it, and puts a whole new tune kit in it before he ever shoots it. And to me, that's just ridiculous. That's ludicrous to me. Ludicrous to me. And I'll say something else, and this goes to budget air rifles and everything else. You know, when I buy an air rifle, I expect it to work from the factory. I expect it to be accurate enough to do what it's supposed to do. And if it doesn't, it's going back. End of story. You know? End of story. You know, you don't go buy a car or anything else. You don't go buy a car and the wheels fall off when you take it home and then be like, oh, that's okay, I'll just fix that. No, you take it back and say, this thing sucks, I want something else, I want a new thing. You know, you expect it to work. You don't expect the tires to fall off. You know, same thing with an air rifle. When I spend $700 on an air rifle like this, I expect it to work and work well. You know, and Weirauch does a really good job. They know what they're doing, all right? And the whole change the grease thing, I think, is crazy too, because a company that's been making air rifles for 125 years and makes superb air rifles, I think they know what grease to put in the air rifle, you know? Now, I know you guys have all your things that you want to do, and you're probably going to blow up my thing with your arguments, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care. I don't care. If you're a tune kit guy and that's what you do, great. You don't need to tell me all the reasons why you want to put a tune kit in it, because I've already heard them all. I've heard them probably from you, the guy that's typing right now to comment on this video. I've probably heard your comments on one of my videos about I need a tune kit. And guess what? I don't care, because I don't need a tune kit. Not for what I do. This gun shoots great out of the box. All my Weirauchs do. Every one of my Weirauchs shoots amazing. I love them all. I love them all, and they work great. But telling people that they need to put a tune kit and change a spring and do all this crap, and they have to be able to be a gunsmith when they buy an air rifle is crazy, because most people don't even have the tools. I don't even have all the tools to take one of these things. Well, I could take it apart. That's not true. I do have the tools, but I don't have the right tools, you know, and I don't have a bench, a proper bench to work on it. And you don't want to be taking one of these things apart on your kitchen table. You want to have a proper workbench to take this apart so you can do things right, so you don't lose all the parts and shit that go into it. It's just ridiculous to me. You guys that are tinkers, tinker away. But stop telling people that that's what they have to do, because new guys that are coming into it think that they have to spend an extra couple $100 after they buy the air rifle to do all this stuff, and then they're trying to figure out who they can hire to do it, send to do it, or get to do it, and that's crazy. It's crazy to me that you guys are telling people to do that when it is unnecessary. So for all you new guys out there that are listening, when you buy a Weirauch like this, an HW77K or an HW30S or an HW50S or any Weirauch that is made there, or a nice Air Arms or a nice Diana, you don't need to put a tune kit in it. You don't need to change the grease. You don't need to put a new spring in it. You don't need to do all that shit. What you need to do is take it out of the box, make sure your stock screws are tight, maybe run a bore snake through the barrel a couple times if you want to, and go shoot the dang thing. End of story. Just go have fun, you know, because they're accurate right out of the box. I promise you. I promise you. And you'll be happy. And you'll be like, wow, I'm glad I didn't spend that money, because that guy kept telling me I had to do this and I had to do that. But I actually didn't have to do that, because the gun shoots fine just by itself. Because they do. They shoot by just by itself. And that's how I shoot all of them. I don't do anything to any of my air rifles. They're all stock. Every air rifle I own is stock. I put a scope on it. That's it. Like the few Gamels I got, they come with crappy scopes, and I got rid of those scopes and put good scopes on it. But that's it. That's it. I put a good scope on it. That's all I do. You know, and some of my favorite scopes I use aren't that, they're not super high end. This is UTG 3x9x40 that I love, that I use on most of my air rifles, because it holds up well and does everything I need it to do. So I don't need a $300 or $400 Hawk on there. And I like Hawks. I also use Hawks. I use the Hawk 3x9x40s because they're not super expensive either, or the Hawk 4x32s. It's either UTG 3x9x40, Hawk 3x9x40, or Hawk 4x32. Those are the scopes I love to use. I have a few center points that have been doing good, so I have those from leftover from when I first started shooting. But yeah, that's it. That's it. No tune kits, no changing springs, no changing the grease, no doing none of that shit. Just take them out and shoot them. That's it. That's all I do. End of story. You know, you don't need to do it to these rifles. Weirauchs are awesome, out of the box. You know, all you guys that are crazy tinkerers, man, you guys are just go nuts. You guys go ballistic about that stuff. It just blows my mind. Blows my mind. You know, Because most of us, we don't care about that crap. We don't want to do that. I don't want to take my gun apart. I just want to shoot it. I'm going to do maintenance on it when it needs it, you know, and you should. You want to maintain your air rifles and take care of them. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You know, you shouldn't have to think about that. That's a no-brainer. But there's not a whole lot you have to do to an air rifle. People make it out like there's all this stuff you have to. You don't. There's not a whole lot. My grandfather had a German air rifle ever since I was a kid, and he had it until the day he died. You know, and the only thing he did was shoot it, and he would clean the barrel once in a blue moon, check the stock screws. You know, that was it. That gun was awesome. That's what I loved. I grew up shooting that thing. I loved that thing. I don't remember what brand it was, but it was awesome. It was a great air rifle. So yeah, that's my rant. You know, tune kits aren't necessary. They're not, and there's a bunch of reasons why. You know, you just don't need it. You don't need it. It's not necessary. If you want to do it, great. If you want to do it and you want to really tinker with your gun, hey man, more power to you. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do. What I'm saying is it's not necessary to do. Did you hear that? It's not necessary to do. You know, I didn't say it was bad. I didn't say it was going to mess up your gun. I didn't say anything like that. I just said it's not necessary when you buy a brand new Weirauch or Air Arms that you have to take your gun apart and do all this crap before you can shoot it. It's not necessary. They're super accurate right out of the box. And Air Arms and Diana both have been making guns for a very, very long time, and they're all the top-end guns out there. We know that Air Arms and Diana and Weirauch are three of the top freaking precision air rifles in the world, and they're awesome. And I know there's some other companies, but those are some of the three main ones that most people know and stuff, and they're awesome guns, you know, and you don't need to do a bunch of crap to them, you know. So yeah, so stop telling people that, you know. You can tell them about tune kits, but stop telling them it's like you guys think it's mandatory or something. It's like mandatory, you have to do this. It's not necessary. It's not. You know, and I know a lot of you guys are losing your crap right now, and you guys are going to be typing like crazy. You're going to blow up my freaking things. Just know this, that every one of those messages you guys send, it does that, helps support my channel, helps boost my algorithm, so I love you for it, because there's a guy that told me a long time ago that my best viewers are going to be my haters, so hate away if you want to, because I just don't care. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Can't wait to see the comments on this one. Take care.